Okay student, today this video is about to second part of the pin explanation. In the last video we have discussed until minimum mode and maximum mode, that is 33. The minimum mode and maximum mode, this pin signal indicate what mode the processor will operate in. Today we are going to discuss after this class, that is 3031 RQ prime GT0 prime and RQ prime GT1 prime, that is request slash grant. These pin are used by local bus masters used to force the microprocessor to release the local bus at the end of microprocessor's current bus cycle. Each of the pin is bidirectional, that is request bus, and grant 0, that is ZT0 31 pin have highest priority than 30 request complement or bar GT1 bar, sorry GT bar. Then after that, lock 29, it is an active low pin. It indicates that other system bus master have not been allowed to gain control of the system bus while lock prime is active low. The lock signal will be active until the completion of the next instruction. So this is a maximum mode operation 29 lock. So again, it is an active low pin lock 29. It indicates that other system bus master have not been allowed to gain control of the system bus while lock is active low. So no other can take, allows or permit. Now test 23 pin. This examined by a wait instruction. If the test pin goes low, execution will continue, else the processor remain in an idle state. The input is internally synchronized during each of the clock cycle on leading edge of the clock. So test bar, this is a active low pin. When it is low, then execution will continue. When it is high, the processor will in idle state. Now clock 19 pin. Clock input. The clock input provides the basic timing for processing operation and bus control activities. It's an asymmetric square wave with a 33% duty cycle. That is 33% on and 77% off. Now reset pin 21. This pin required the microprocessor to terminate its present activity immediately. The signal must be active high 1 for the least 4 clock cycle. So reset means this pin requires the microprocessor to terminate its present activity immediately. Whatever the activity is going on, it will terminate the activities, right? Then VCC, that is 40 pin, power supply pin to run the microprocessor, that is plus 5V DC, and ground 20 pin, that is for grounding the or complete the circuit configuration. Now that is QS1 and QS0, that is 24 25. Q state, This signal indicate the states of the internal 8086 instruction queue according to the table that is shown here. 00 QS1 and QS0 no operation. For 01 if QS1 that is 25 0 and 24 1 first byte of opcode from Q. QS1 QS0 10 empty the queue and 11 subsequent byte from Q, right? So this is the status. Now go back to the picture. DT slash R in minimum mode 27 data transmission and receive. This pin is required in minimum system. I just told that want to use an 8286 or 8287 data bus trans receiver. The direction of data flow is controlled through the trans receiver. When we connect a 8286 or 8287, then by selecting this pin, we can receive or send data, a numerous huge data. Then minimum mode DEN, data enable. This pin is provides as an output enable for the 8286 and 8287 in the minimum system which uses trans receiver. When DEN is active low during each memory and input output access and for intercycle. So it indicate or started the data transfer. Hold HLDA and HOLD. In 8285 what we know that is hold and hold acknowledge. Interrupt, it is basically uses in interrupt section. Hold indicate that another master has been requesting a local bus. This is an active high. The microprocessor receive the hold request will issue HLDA high as an acknowledgement in the middle of the T4 or T1 clock cycle. Now ALE, what we know, address latch enable. As here we can see this is AD pin, AD0, AD1, AD2. So here by using only one pin we can use as address bus and also data bus. So by this pin ALE is provided by the microprocessor to latch the address into the 8282 or 8283 address latch. It is an active high pulse during T1 of any bus cycle because it uses as address bus, and ALE signal is never floating, is always integer. After T1 cycle it can be used as a data cycle or data bus, sorry. So we have learned every pin working function in maximum mode and minimum mode also. So this two video is going or will explain the working principle in every pin. So thank you, and next class we will learn the syntax or how program should write in 8086 microprocessor.